See, sudden cardiac death. This sudden cardiac death is an important part of cardiology because of late the incidence of sudden cardiac death has become more. The reasons for this is there is an increased prevalence of coronary artery disease and also increased prevalence of risk factors in the society. So both of them are fueling increasing prevalence of sudden cardiac deaths. And one more issue for us is the people suffering from sudden cardiac death in India are at an earlier age group who are economically productive age, younger population, relatively younger population are dying because of this compared to the Western world. So because of all these things, we need to understand this problem and there is no treatment for this. Only thing, this can be identified by screening and this can be prevented. So in view of this, we have to learn this problem and how to prevent this will be discussed in the subsequent minutes. So now the class will proceed like this. Scope of the problem will be discussed. Then what is the concept of sudden cardiac death and what are the available preventive methodologies will be discussed. So now coming to the definition. What is meant by sudden cardiac death? It is a sudden natural death due to cardiac cause. There is an abrupt loss of consciousness within 1 hour of onset of symptoms. Patient may be aware of an existing heart disease or may not be aware of existing heart disease, and patient is dead. So sudden cardiac death is always a non-traumatic, unexpected, and instantaneous death due to either known or unknown cardiac diseases in the patient, and usually patient dies within 1 hour. 25% of the patients treated outside the hospital for cardiac arrest following MI, etc., will not have any symptoms. They will land in abrupt death. That is what is called as sudden cardiac death. So, sudden cardiac death is one which happens within 1 hour of onset of symptoms with loss of consciousness, and it's a non-traumatic, unexpected death. Patient may be aware of a heart disease or unexpected. Now, this has to be differentiated from sudden death. See, sudden death occurs suddenly, but all deaths that occur suddenly need not be of sudden cardiac deaths. We are learning here, or we are studying here about sudden cardiac deaths, not sudden death. So here, sudden death, the cause is unknown because patient dies unless you do from autopsy. The cause is unknown. So from autopsy studies, what they have found out is nearly 3/4, that is 75% of cases of sudden deaths are due to cardiac causes, and around 22% are due to non-cardiac causes. The predominant non-cardiac causes of sudden death are pulmonary embolism for 18%, aortic rupture will be considered. Bleeding is also supposed to be accounted for around 2%. Wherein this, 87% cases that sudden death is. So this is how we can. Now, take the scenario of the world. Then it has been estimated that by all death records, they have found that 100 per 1,000 switch off that. 50 to 100 or 1,000 deaths in human population in developed industrial countries like America, China, it has been found that it is due to sudden estimated that 87 million people per year are dying for the sudden cardiac death. So it's, if you take the United States, 3.5 lakhs per year in US. So the global population area is 100 per 1,000 in general population. Around 7 million worldwide and 3 to 3.5 lakhs is a road. Then if you come to the situation in India, we don't have statistics to be frank. Because so many people, death is not being reported properly in our country. Death is not being certified by a qualified doctor in our country. And even the cases where death is being certified, it's not being properly certified. So in view of all these limitations, the exact prevalence and incidence of sudden cardiac death in India is not known. Group of doctors have done survey happened in Andhra Pradesh. What they have done is they conducted what is called as a verbal autopsy methodology. They utilized 500 medical students. They surveyed around 40 villages. It has been published in the Indian Heart Journal. What they have estimated by this verbal autopsy is nearly 10.5% of sudden cardiac death occur in the population. This is what they have estimated. It has been done in Andhra Pradesh by using medical students by means of what is called as verbal autopsy methodology. That is, they generate a questionnaire and based on the questionnaire they interview the medical student. Based on that, they have estimated. This has been extrapolated to the population at large, to the entire country. They have an estimate of around 7 lakhs per year of sudden cardiac death in India. And one more very interesting finding of this study is 21% of people are dying less than 50 years. So, roll number 153, please make note. Roll number 153. So difference from the Western world and industrial world is 21% of the younger population are dying earlier than 50. So this is an alarming issue because younger productive age group are losing their life at the earliest. So this is one thing which needs to be understood and studied properly. And one more thing is these cases continue to grow because with the as the country grows, there is an alarming rise of coronary heart disease because of obesity, diabetes, hypertension, etc. And the persons aging, the elderly population are also increasing. So in view of all these factors, sudden cardiac death is bound to increase. So that is why you should try to understand the problem and how to screen, how to identify, how to treat, we should learn. I will come to this question in the last. So now let me summarize the definition of sudden cardiac death. So it is a death occurring within 1 hour of onset of symptoms in a person who is otherwise not suffering from any imminently fatal condition. So death occurs within 1 hour in a person who is otherwise not suffering from any condition which is imminently fatal. It's an unexpected death, maybe due to cardiac causes, that occurs within very short time, 1 hour, in a person with known or unknown cardiac disease. And what is the mechanism? VF is the most common mechanism of sudden cardiac death. So death occurs within 1 hour in a person who may be aware of or not aware of cardiac disease, and it is non-traumatic. And VF is the most common mechanism. So these two important points you should understand regarding sudden cardiac death. So sudden cardiac death occurs within 1 hour of onset of symptoms. So it is imminently fatal in a person who is otherwise not suffering from any fatal condition. Imminently fatal, he is not aware of it. And the most common mechanism is VF. So the same risk factors for coronary heart disease also apply to this condition. The same risk factors like coronary artery disease, nearly coronary heart disease accounts for 75% of the cases. Hypertension is a risk factor. Obesity, diabetes mellitus, any resting heart rate of more than 100, elevated resting heart rate, and the family history of sudden cardiac death and premature cardiac death, left ventricular hypertrophy of any cause, or frequently occurring ventricular ectopics in a patient with depressed LV systolic function, sudden vigorous exercise, especially in athletes, heavy alcoholism, being alcoholism, and tobacco, all these things have been considered to be some of the risk factors. Now, the cardiac disorders, what are cardiac disorders that predispose to sudden cardiac death? They can be broadly divided into ischemic and non-ischemic. As I already told you, coronary artery disease is an important and most important cause of sudden cardiac death. An estimated 50 to 70% of sudden cardiac death are due to lethal arrhythmias that occur as secondary to coronary artery disease. So, acute MI or acute coronary syndrome and the arrhythmias that follow account for nearly 50 to 70% of sudden cardiac deaths. So, apart from that, some of the non-ischemic conditions can also contribute to other percentage of conditions. They include cardiomyopathies. There are inherited cardiomyopathies like hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, infiltrative and infectious cardiomyopathies. All these things account for some of the around 10 to 15% of cases. In addition, there are some hereditary conditions like long QT syndromes, short QT syndromes, Brugada syndrome. So these are some of the hereditary conditions. So hereditary long QT, short QT syndromes, Brugada syndrome are some of the hereditary conditions which account for some of the cases of sudden cardiac deaths. Especially these long QT, short QT and Brugada syndromes are more important in athletes. Then an important valvular disease, especially aortic stenosis is one condition. Aortic valvular disease is one condition where sudden cardiac death can occur. So this is an important valvular condition where patient can have a sudden cardiac death. Next is WBW syndrome, and one more thing is arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia. What is this arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia? What happens is in the right ventricle there will be infiltration and fibrosis for reasons not known. Exact mechanism is not known. It is also hereditary. Both autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive conditions have been described, and that's a pooling of these cases, mostly in Italy and Greek, an island of Greek. So there these conditions are mostly documented. So this the right ventricle becomes enlarged, and that will be a focus of arrhythmia. This is what's called as arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia. This is also an important cause of sudden cardiac death. See, now some of these causes, some of the causes occurs all of a sudden. Probably by screening may be able to identify and take an appropriate preventive method. But some of the causes are definitely reversible. For example, acute MI, heart failure, and some of the drugs also can cause sudden cardiac death. See, acute MI is a reversible cause of cardiac because in the early phase in acute MI, it is due to electrical instability of the myocardium or recurrent ischemia and cardiac rupture. So these are the causes of sudden cardiac death in early MI. In the early phase of MI, electrical instability of the myocardium, recurrent ischemia and cardiac rupture can contribute to sudden cardiac death. See, what happens in the place of acute MI is there is a hypoxia of the myocardium, then it goes for acidosis, there will be extracellular hyperkalemia and intracellular hypercalcemia. So this leads to an aberrant activation of the action potential, which can precipitate arrhythmia. Whereas in the later phases, because of the myocardial remodeling, it also leads to a trigger ventricular cardiacs. So the first month following MI is a very important period of increased vulnerability to sudden. So post MI in the first month is very vulnerable period for the patient to die suddenly. So this month one should be very careful. In the same way, a person with decompensated heart failure, especially with less than 30-35 ejection fraction, is also liable to die suddenly. And of course, there are some list of drugs, so I can tell because of QT prolongation. Now I think because of COVID, everybody knows about it. Everybody is using HCQS, hydroxychloroquine or chloroquine. This is one drug which can prolong QT and can cause sudden cardiac death. So QT prolonging drugs, any drugs which cause QT prolongation. See, what are the drugs that cause QT prolongation? For example, antiarrhythmic drugs, class 1 and class 3, like procainamide, quinine, pyridine, and sotalol. These are some drugs. Next, antibiotics, if you take erythromycin group, azithromycin, erythromycin, even Ceptrol, Cotrimoxazole, antifungal, all antifungal like itraconazole, fluconazole, and ketoconazole. Yes, they can prolong QT prolongation. Anti-parasite drugs like 120 chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine, and as well as quinine. Of course, quinine is now not much used, but previously it was used for cerebral malaria. This also can cause QT prolongation. And then antihistaminic drugs, especially terfenadine, diphenhydramine hydrochloride, which is very much used in cough syrups. Yes, this can prolong the QT prolongation. And some of the antipsychotics like haloperidol, lithium, tricyclic, antipsychotic drugs, all these things can cause QT prolongation and can precipitate sudden cardiac death. And some other drugs like indapamide, which is a diuretic, tacrolimus, vasopressin can cause sudden cardiac. In addition, electrolyte disturbances like hypokalemia, hypocalcemia, hypomagnesemia. So hypokalemia, hypocalcemia, hypomagnesemia can precipitate a sudden cardiac death. So sudden cardiac death is a large problem. Survival from cardiac arrest is very low, especially in the out of hospital setting. So that's why we need to understand more about it. So these are some of the preventable causes: MI, decompensated heart failure, and all the list of drugs. You can definitely screen the patient to take preventive measures. There is these genetic disorders. Though in these disorders also now ICD is being placed, the treatment is variable. Chance of prevention may be not complete. Now, how to prevent? There is no treatment here. Patient will get dead in 1 hour. So the question of treatment doesn't arise. How to prevent sudden cardiac death? What is called as implantable cardiovascular defibrillator, ICD. ICD means implantable. This is a small machine which is implanted in the heart. It's called as implantable cardiovascular defibrillator. This is the proven tool to influence survival outcomes. So this has been, when with the invention of this particular tool, the survival of these patients has become much more. So this is the important tool to prevent sudden cardiac death. It's called as implantable cardiovascular defibrillator. It is the most effective therapy for prevention of arrhythmic deaths in heart failure. It also benefits patients in non-ischemic cardiomyopathy also. So it's not only for MI or non-ischemic disease, as well as for genetic disorders also it's prescribed. Channelopathies, they are long and short QT syndromes, Brugada disease, Brugada syndrome. In all these are called as channelopathies, sodium channel and potassium channel defects. They produce BT or VF, they degenerate into what's called as Torsades de Pointes, where the QRS voltage varies and evolves around the baseline. So this TDP or Torsades de Pointes, and ultimately patient will land in sudden cardiac death in the young. So this channelopathies also can be to some extent prevented. So ICD, implantable cardiovascular defibrillator, is the definitive therapy for prevention of arrhythmic deaths. So ICD can be implanted post MI where EF is low. It can be implanted for channelopathies. It also useful for prevention of arrhythmic deaths of non-ischemic cardiomyopathy also. In all these conditions, its role has been documented. Then what are the options available other than ICD? Number one is beta blockers. Beta blockers are the only drugs that are found to be effective in the prevention of sudden cardiac death in all populations. So beta blockers have a survival effect here. Especially carvedilol was found to have a mortality benefit in post-MI patients with EF less than 40%. That's called the Capricorn trial. And another anti-arrhythmic drug, amiodarone, the results are variable. It reduces the arrhythmia, but the survival advantage is not there. This can be prescribed in patients where ICD cannot be implanted for some reason, for some other indication. So where ICD is contraindicated or for reasons, some other reason where it cannot be implanted, probably amiodarone, it reduces the arrhythmic potential, but overall survival advantage is not much there. Of course, ACE inhibitors, they have a role in modulation. So post-MI to prevent arrhythmia and as well as overall mortality. They have also some survival advantage. Eplerenone in the post-MI patient with LVF less than 40% definitely showed a significant reduction of sudden cardiac death. Then now as the patient dies within 1 hour before reaching the hospital, this has become a public issue. So that's why they have come with a different type of defibrillators, what is called as automated external defibrillators. These defibrillators can be operated by not only medical personnel but also by non-medical paramedical personnel. So the public at large have been trained, and all these machines were placed at railway stations, shopping malls, cinema theaters, airports, etc. For the common public to operate. So they are made operator friendly by means for a layman can use it with a minimal training. So all public are also being trained how to activate and how to utilize these AIDs. So this is for out of the hospital. And one more option is an ablation, electrophysiological ablation of ventricular tachycardia. This is an electrophysiological mechanism. So the options of prevention for sudden cardiac death, number one, ICD, implantable cardiac defibrillator. The other than ICD methods are beta blockers, amiodarone antiarrhythmics, ACE inhibitors, eplerenone, and AEDs, automatic external defibrillators, and ablation of ventricular tachycardia by means of studies. So just let me summarize. It is a natural, the definition of SCD is it's a natural death due to cardiac causes occurring within 1 hour of onset of symptoms. Patient may or may not be aware, but he definitely not aware that he is going to die within 1 hour. So it's a non-traumatic death. And of course, CAD is the most important structural basis for 75% of the cases. It can occur in a structurally normal heart also. There you have to consider hereditary disorders like long and short QT syndromes, Brugada disease, etc. Of course, non-ischemic disease like hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, ischemic cardiomyopathy, dilated cardiomyopathy, RV dilatation, that is arrhythmogenic RV dysplasia, all these things account for rest of the cases. So it can occur in structurally normal hearts. For example, in case of long QT, short QT, as well as Brugada disease. And this is more common in males than females. It occurs around 45 to 75 years of age. But in India, it has been found that it's occurring in 21% of the population. It is less than 50 years. And there is one more condition where you have to learn is it occurs between birth to 6 months. It is called as cardiac death in children. Then there's also another peak that they will be discussing in case of pediatrics, infant death. So risk factor modification is one treatment. Prophylactic ICD implantation is the standard of care in high risk population. Risk factor modification. Of course, risk factor modification, as I already told in coronary artery disease, like statins, controlling of blood sugar, controlling of hypertension, exercise, etc., are important. Amiodarone, beta blockers, ACE inhibitors, eplerenone, statins have a role. Screening and preventive therapy for individuals with high risk is important. In one word about Brugada disease, this is one condition. It presents with an ST elevation, a core type of ST elevation or biphasic ST elevation in chest leads. These are the patient which can be with an RSR pattern. So an RSR pattern in ECG, in asymptomatic baseline ECG, with a COVID or biphasic type of ST elevation. This how it differs from regular ST elevation of ST elevation myocardial infarction. This is called as Brugada disease. This is the treatment of choice is ICD. Now let us answer the one question I have written here. So let us discuss this. All of the following regarding sudden cardiac death are true. One statement is wrong. What is that? You have to pick up. Peak incidence of SCD is between the ages of 45 to 75. Yes. In India, around 20% is less than 50, but at the world at large, the peak is around between the 45 to 70 years. That's one. Hereditary cause of sudden cardiac death are obstructive cardiomyopathy, QT syndromes, long QT syndromes, Brugada disease, RV dysplasia, arrhythmogenic RV dysplasia. Yes, this statement is also correct. This is more common in women than in men. Is it correct? It's not correct. So it's more common in men, not women. And SCD is the first clinical manifestation of CD. Yes, patients with cardiac arrest, nearly 25% of people will die before reaching the hospital. So sudden cardiac death naturally is the only clinical manifestation of CID in 25% of patients. So statement it's more common in women than men is wrong. So it is more common in men than women. So this is something about. So let me summarize it. It is a death occurring within 1 hour of onset of symptoms, a non-traumatic death due to cardiac causes. Patient may or may not be aware. And structural heart disease accounts for nearly 70% of cases. That's coronary heart disease. Other than coronary heart disease, in a structural normal heart may be due to genetic causes like long QT syndromes, short QT syndromes, Brugada disease, and of course, structural problem may also be there in case of arrhythmogenic RV dysplasia. Drugs also contributes to this. Drugs I listed out already. The age group I told is more common in men. The standard of care is ICD. Risk factors has to be modified. Other drugs like beta blockers, amiodarone, AC inhibitors, eplerenone, statins have a role to play. And screening and prevention are important things for individuals with high risk. So if there is a sudden and premature cardiac death or sudden cardiac death in a family, entire family needs to be screened to prevent further catastrophe in the family. So before concluding, let me define few words which are common here. One is pulseless electrical activity. What is this? The term itself denotes there is no pulse and there is an electrical. That's true. An organized electrical activity can be seen on the monitor, in the monitor screen, and patient doesn't have any pulse because there is no cardiac. Usually it's caused by some reversible conditions like hypoxia, hypovolemia, hypotension, acidosis, tamponade, cardiac tamponade, thromboembolism, thrombolysis, tension pneumothorax. So these are some of the pulseless electrical activity is caused by some reversible conditions which I told you. Then what is asystole? Here also the name denotes. This occurs when there is no electrical activity within the ventricles. When it occurs, because of the failure of conducting tissue, that may occur secondary to a massive MI. A massive MI, a failure of some problem with the conducting tissue, then the patient will go. There is no electrical activity. This is called an asystole. And of course, cardiac arrest. It is a sudden complete loss of cardiac output due to maybe asystole, VTRDF, or loss of mechanical cardiac contraction. That's what is called as pulseless electrical activity. So these are the three definitions of some of the words which you come across: cardiac arrest, asystole, pulseless electrical activity, sudden cardiac death, sudden death. So these are some of the things which you should understand. So this is about sudden cardiac death. Okay, thank you.